farmers, welcome back to Wyther Farms. Another beautiful day here, but one slight problem is my bank account. I am in debt at this point. Could not find a job after seeding our field yesterday of wonderful oats. Good thing is we got the field completely seeded before I ran out of cash. So yesterday afternoon, since I couldn't find a job, I decided I got to come over here and get the grass field cut, windrowed, baled, and wrapped. Now, I would have liked to wait a couple more days before I cut the grass because the grass, it was ready for harvest but not fully ready. So the yield off the field is not as good as it probably could have been. But I need the cash, and it's going to take a couple days. Well, it's like another 36 hours for these bales to convert over to silage. And then I got to get them over to the BGA, and then I won't get paid until midnight. But luckily, the store was kind enough to leased me the equipment, and I got to pay them in a couple days for leasing the windrower for, I think it was like $1,040, something like that. So yeah, I just owe people some money. And what am I going to do today? Well, luckily I got a text from Paul. Now Paul is the guy I bought the chainsaw from a couple years ago. So he's the one that runs a sawmill, and he got a hold of me through Sally because I was at the store last night grabbing what little nutrition that I could for the cash that I had. But Sally told me that maybe Paul was looking for some work, and luckily we got a job to do today. So we're going to be doing some lumbering jacking today. Not with the chainsaw, though. Apparently a tree harvester, and for every load that we bring in, we're going to get 500 bucks. Or sorry, 500 pounds. So I'm hoping to get at least 5 loads done today. At least that's my goal, to get in like 2,500. That'll give me like $1,000. Yeah, $1,000. Keep doing that. 1,000 pounds by the end of the day in the good, which will help me do the loan. And then tomorrow, I can get these over to, well, the BGA. And then the money will start coming in. But it won't be as good as it could have been. But, you know, you got to do what you got to do sometimes, right? You know, I mean, I didn't want to cut the grass, but I had nothing to do. And I said, well, I can't wait a couple more days waiting to get silage bales going. I need the money. I need it now. I can't borrow any more in the bank. The bank is kind enough to let me overdraw for a day. So hopefully I can get some money in towards them. And they'll be happy. They want to see some money in my bank account. But then again, who doesn't want to see money in their bank account? I definitely do. So we're going on up to the sawmill. From what Paul said, when I go through, just keep following, like there's like a little bit of a grass road, and there's going to be a tree harvester there along with a tree loader. I've had a little bit of experience with tree loaders, and I have not been that good at it, but you know what? I need the money. So we're going to go ahead and give it a go and give them my best shot. I got all day to get in at least 5 loads. Maybe if I'm lucky enough, I can get more than that done. But we'll see how it goes. From what Paul said, when I find the tree harvester, he says kind of clustered in there, so kind of work in towards, he said, towards the right. So when I get the tree harvester, whatever it is to the right, I'm going to start cutting trees down, get them in there, and he says if I could, widen out the road a little bit because it's kind of growing in there. And the way wood prices are this year, that's why he wants some lumber brought to the mill so he can make some planks, I suppose, and send them on out so he can get paid. That's the whole meaning of life right now, is to get paid. As we're going up past this road here, I have not heard from Sherman or, well, I don't expect Mr. Withers to text me on a phone, but I have not heard from Sherman anything about the farm up here, so I'm not too sure what's going on here. But it still looks kind of vacant and everything, so not too sure. Yeah, nothing going on in the field that I can see of, since I harvested the field last season and took the straw bales out. But as I was cutting the grass yesterday and doing the whole baling and process, and I just kept dreaming of that other baler that I used last season on then the barley field, the nice big square baler. Makes the process a lot easier, a lot faster. Although I'm not going to shame the baler that we have now. If it wasn't for that system that we got from the other farmer, yeah, our farm wouldn't be where it is right now, which currently is in debt. But we got assets around the farm, so the money will be coming in. It's just gonna have to wait a couple days for that. And then by the end of the season, when I harvest that oat field and put that in the storage and sell the oats on a good day, yeah, the things will be looking a lot different on my farm for sure. Alright, so here we are at the sawmill. I know he doesn't expect me until after 8, but it's just before 8. I mean, I could not sleep that well last night because, well, the money situation. So when the sun rose, I just decided to wander around the farm a little bit. I did walk over to the oat field. The oat field, and the crops are already sprouting up. So that kind of gets me a little bit worried because I do need to fertilize it. And he wasn't kidding when he said the road is overgrown a little bit. But yeah, the oat field has grown, and it's concerned me because I need to fertilize it, and I don't have row crop tires for this tractor, so I need to get in there and fertilize it before the crops get any taller. So hopefully I can get some cash, like I said, pretty soon here. Looks like the equipment's right here. I want to park my tractor in here, and hopefully that's out of the way of everything I need to do. So, yep, so every time I bring in a full load, I don't know how he knows it's full load, but I guess he's got a closed camera system on the sawmill, I would assume, so he can see what kind of loads I bring in. But he says kind of clear out towards the right, so I think he means in this little area here. Start clearing it out, and he said he wanted 8-meter logs, so we'll get it going. So I'll try to get some of the area clear out, just give me some room in here. It's amazing that these pieces of equipment get in here. This is a big piece of machinery, so I hope I don't screw this up, man, because that would not help out quite a bit. Especially if I gotta pay for some certain things. Well, I guess no place to start, but right where I am, right? Let's go ahead and get this down. At least I hope I can. Trying to get it, but I cannot see a darn thing. Alright. Just gotta remember what buttons are what in here, because it's been a while since I've been in one of these. Let's see if I can move this over here like this. And then, yep, cannot see a darn thing. So hopefully after I clear out some trees in here, I can see what the heck we're doing. I don't know how many logs it takes to fill up. I think it's called the buffalo. I can see a little bit better now. For early to work, early to rise. Makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. At least that's what the saying goes. I don't know if it makes you healthy, but getting to work early definitely will make you more wealthy. And as for being wise, I don't think that will ever happen to me anyways. Okay, so what I like to do is just keep all the logs piled up in one area. So when I get the buffalo over there, I can grab as many logs as possible. So it's not too hard to get used to the controls, at least I don't think so. Yeah, not enough room in here. I think that log may have hit a tree. Hopefully it just hit another tree. Move me forward a little bit. Well, I just clustered in here. I gotta make sure I cut the trees as low as I can, because leaving stumps up is not going to help me drive over them either. I think early on, I just need to cut the trees and get them out of the road as best I can. The good thing about the buffalo is it's got wheels on it, so I can move it to where I need it to be to load up the logs. Get that over correctly here. I do need to also get a hold of the farmer that is kind of offering me the field right next to our log cabin. Maybe try to come up with a deal, like I said, for maybe leasing the field for the year. But right now, I think I just need to focus on getting some money in, because, well, I can't even lease a seed roll at this point and replant it, so hopefully the cash we get in from the BGA in a couple days will be enough to allow me to do some stuff. Yep, and I just hit the wrong button, so that tree... I did bring brand chainsaw, so any trees I accidentally drop, I can go ahead and cut on up. I'm not sure if Paul knew what he was getting himself into when he asked me to come up here and do this, and I'm not sure what I got myself into agreeing to do so. Cutting logs, I am okay with. Loading them up, grabbing them, getting them lined up, not so much. But you know what? Slowly learn. Practice makes perfect. At least that's what they say. I think 8-meter logs are kind of long for this, but that's what he wanted, so that's what he's going to, well, hopefully at least that's what I can deliver. Let's go ahead and drop that one here, hopefully. Getting used to controls is one thing. But it's going to be a long day, but I got nothing else to do other than sit here and load logs, cut down trees, try to get as many as I can done. I need to because, well, I need the cash. You know, it would not be a bad idea to get used to doing another type of job, just in case. You never know when these little things that you learn, different kind of crafts that you can learn, will come in handy. At least I gave myself enough room to load up these logs. That was it. Hitting the noon hour, and it has not been easy. This is only my second load bringing in to the mill. So every 2 hours I'm bringing in a load, so it has not been easy. Easy to cut down the trees, but not easy loading up this buffalo. I want to get 5 loads done today, so if I'm only doing 2 an hour, I got another 6 hours to go, but I would like to get a little bit more done than that. But honestly, the first load I think I brought in at 10:30, so that was like 2.5 hours of work. So an hour and a half to do the second one. So my speed is picking up. Not too bad here, but I'm just going to back on in, dump these logs on in, and go in and get back to work here. Almost 8 o'clock in the evening, and it has been a long, long day. Cutting down trees, I could do that for a living. As for loading them up into a logging truck, yeah, I better not quit my day job. That's for darn sure. But overall, it's going to be a good day. This is going to be my 6th load and my last load because, well, it's getting extremely dark here pretty soon, since we're still in springtime. I've tried gathering up more than 1 log at a time, and for the most part that doesn't work, but I'm going to give it a go here. The one thing I've been doing is strapping the logs in, the ones I get them in, because occasionally, I shouldn't say occasionally, most times, when I go to put another log in, I knock a log out that I've already put in. And the controls, I have not gotten used to controls at all. Yep, and then when the log falls out and it twists a different way, oh man. Logging is not my thing. Twist it that way a little bit more. Of course, I'm hitting my own boom right now. Is that log out or not? There we go, and then strap them in. Oh, feels good to only have a few more logs left to go. But hopefully this payment that we get here today will be good. Good enough so I can maybe fertilize my field tomorrow. I don't think it will be. I may have to wait until I get paid from the BGA, so maybe in a couple days. Yeah, because I'm not going to have... By the time I pay off, I'm going to get about maybe $6,000 for working for Paul today. 6,000 pounds, sorry, 6,000 pounds. And... So I owe $1,400 to the bank, so I'm in debt by $1,400. I'm going to have about 1,000 pounds in payments tonight because of loan interest. Yeah, I'm not going to have enough fertilizer to do the job tomorrow, so I'll have to wait until... Oh yeah, because I got to lease the baling trailer as well. So that's not going to work out well for me at all. Yeah, this is where I start to get a full load, and I just start to go... I don't want to say, yeah, let's just say clumsy. I'm getting very, very clumsy when it comes to the logs at the end. You're not really in there, are you? But hopefully I can get you in the trailer. You're going to fall out before, because I keep going the wrong way with the controls, which is never good. Controls are backwards for me. You'd think after so many loads I would have gotten good enough today, but nope. Can I strap? Nah, I was going to say strap it in that way, but that is not going to work, because when I go down the road, if I want to call it a road, I'm going to hit every tree going. But I am going to sleep good tonight because my brain just can't take any more of this. Let's twist it a little bit more that way. All I want to do is grab this log and twist it, please. And then I'll just have one more log to grab after that. I'm hitting that button. There we go. Undo it. There's one more log, right? I was going to say, no, I don't see it. We're all done. No, it's there. It's there. And I may have to move the vehicle to get that one, because I'm too darn close. That's about the good thing about this. You can just, if you're not in the right position, sometimes it's just easier just to move the whole vehicle. Get in there. Thank you. And bring that in. Raise that up. And then I'm going to spin you around that way. Sometimes the logs act nice and perfect for you, and other times they do not. And being the last one, hopefully it'll go in right where I'd like it to. Stop swinging, please. And drop it in. and quickly do the straps. There we go. And we'll lower that down. That should be good. So overall, I got a decent area cleared out for him in this little corner. It's amazing. You don't think one tree would take up that much of the buffalo, but... And I think 8-meter logs, I know he wants 8-meter logs, but man, they stick out quite a ways. I think that's pretty good for 6 would be better. For sure. Because we do 8 meters, the heavy ends, of course, it seems like every time I grabbed it, I was putting the heavy ends out here, which makes it want them to fall on out. But overall, not too bad, at least for me, for a first day here, up here logging for Paul. Hopefully he's okay with it, and I've been up here for over 12 hours to get 6 loads done. But that's what you get. That's what you get when you're a newbie. Those stumps are kind of tall, so let's try to get around them here. And then head on out, and hopefully I don't get stuck on anything. There is a couple spots in this pathway going in here that, yeah, if you get too many logs at one side, I guess there's a possibility of rolling over. If you get too top heavy. And once we're in this far, we are fine. I think what I'm going to do is leave the buffalo out here. And then I'll walk back in and get my T8 New Holland and head on back to the farm. And I'll have a decent amount of money to start tomorrow with. At least I won't be in debt. That is the main thing. Alright. Back on into like right about here. This will just take a second or two. I'll park this right here for him. Kind of hidden it away a little bit so people come in, they won't see it right away. But I'm just going to jog in, get my T8, like I said, going back to the farm. So, let's see, I probably will start tomorrow with about 3,500 pounds in the bank account. Like I said, not enough to get some fertilizer and do my entire field. I got fertilizer to begin with, but not enough to do my oat field. So, hopefully, maybe I can get a job tomorrow as well. Maybe in the morning, in the afternoon. Like I said, I want to lease the baling trailer, get those bales over to the BGA. So I get paid at midnight a decent sum. I don't know how much I'll get now because, like I said, I cut that grass sooner than I would like to. But I couldn't wait another day or two before I baled up that field because I needed the cash. So I can get some work done. But the one thing I can look at this way is I cut it sooner in the spring, so in the summer it should be ready a little bit earlier as well. But anyways, it's been a long day. I'm going to head back to the farm, have a quick bite to eat, and then I'm going to bed and wake up tomorrow morning and see what tomorrow brings.